Hello, good morning from sunny, beautiful Miami, Florida. A shout out to all the fans of our X Factor, and thank you again for your warm support. And welcome to all of you who have yet to discover the power to achieve every day success and happiness. My name is Xavier van der Lanot. I'm talking to you from my home where I'm working this morning on some notes following a meeting we had last Friday here at my home. Last Friday was September 11th, as you recall, the 14th anniversary of the dramatic events that took place in New York City. And we centered the theme of the evening around dealing with loss and tragedy and moving on with our lives. It was a wonderful meeting. And as I work through some of my notes, I hope to share some of the things that came out of our meeting. My mission in life is to help you understand that life is supposed to be an enjoyable and easy process. But unfortunately, it is not always the case. September 11 is a sad reminder that in fact in life things sometimes don't happen the way that we want. Now, fighting this can give us even more grief and let us linger into our grief that will be counterproductive at living useful lives. If we were to question the people that we sometimes leave behind and lose after a tragedy, we would rarely hear from them that they would like us to actually feel sorry for ourselves going forward. They would want us to move on with purpose, because that gives also purpose and reason for their sacrifices. So we had the discussion as to how to deal with grief and tragedy and how we can best move on when sometimes it seems hopeless and no easy solution is available to us to move forward. So let me get right to it and share with you some of the things that came out of our meeting on Friday to commemorate the events of 9/11 and how to deal with the tragedy and grief in our lives. But first, let me share with you a little anecdote from my youth. When I was a small child, I was the youngest of 5 siblings, but by a number of years. So I grew up as a young child, being often left on my own devices and not knowing what to do. And when I would complain with my dad, I'm bored, my father would say, Xavier, when you don't know what to do something else. Well, today this puts his comment, his philosophical words, in a very different context. When we are left to our own devices and don't find a way out of our predicaments, trying to focus on them kind of polarizes our thoughts on the problem, and we can't see the solution. And often a way to get out of that situation is to just try and find a way of being of service or of help to someone else. And I will tell you why this effectively can work. This is not just kind-heartedness necessarily on our parts, although within that kind-heartedness we will find elements of the solution that help us move forward in our lives. So, first, the thoughts that came out of this discussion was that when we focus on others after we have experienced drama or grief, we take away the emphasis of our own problems and our own predicaments. We tend to no longer think about the obstacles and challenges that stand in the way or the things that we cannot do anything about. And it provides us with some relief just not to think about these thoughts constantly and focus our attentions to actually trying to accomplish something for someone else. Understand their problem, be of help, be of assistance, looking for solutions. Those thought processes bring us tremendous relief just from the fact that we no longer think about our own problems. Now, one of the great benefits of spending some time focusing on someone else's problems and issues, and seeing how we can be of help and assistance, have them overcome their obstacles, their challenges, is definitely when we return to our own lives and have to face our own situations, our minds have cleared up a little bit, and all of a sudden we start seeing our own issues and situations in a different light. The challenges that we have to address become unencumbered. We can determine clearer objectives as to how we can get out of our predicaments, and it provides us a nice and clear path to move forward. The ability to kind of withdraw ourselves and come as a third person to look at our own situation is sort of what happens when we have removed ourselves and we come back and we look at it, and all of a sudden what others do to try and help us starts making sense, and we start gaining confidence that in fact there is a way out of our predicaments. Something else to consider is, after we have spent some time helping someone else and trying to help them move forward, resolve their issues, their problems, or just keep them company, not make them feel so bad, is that when we do that, we develop new connections. We get involved again with other people, and we start developing perspectives that we had not yet considered before. That will eventually lead to new opportunities to envision when we try to address our own situations and resolve our challenges, remove the barriers and obstacles that are in our way of moving forward. Again, by getting involved with the world and with others, therein lies really the greatest opportunity for us to find new ways of creating opportunity for ourselves, reasons to move forward, purpose in our lives to fulfill. Now, when we come to the assistance of other people, let us not discount that we are now creating situations in which, in fact, the people could very well reciprocate and decide to assist us. The simple situation would be, if we help them remove the barriers that might in fact prevent them from coming to our rescue and our help, then all of a sudden, after we help them, they may be in a position to help us in return. And then there is also something else. You may call it karma, or you may say what goes around comes around. When we are adopting such a selfless attitude in trying to focus on someone else's problems instead of dwelling on our own, then we really kind of remove the roadblocks for others to kind of come to our rescue. So in the concept of karma, when you do beautiful and wonderful and selfless things, eventually these things kind of happen to you. We can call it karma, or you can actually see how it operates, that in fact, by getting involved and helping others, we remove the roadblocks for others to actually come to us and offer us their assistance and their helps, so that we as well can remove those obstacles, face those challenges, and move on with our lives. Helping others helps our self-esteem. It provides us emotional rewards. When we do things out of care or love for another, then what we receive in return is often love and care. It helps and it boosts our self-esteem. This comes with greater confidence. When we return to our lives, eventually we see the situations that need to be resolved. We are more open and welcoming to receive advice and support from others, and it is put to good use. Finally, what I also wanted to mention is that when we come to other people's rescue, we may very well discover that there is a new or a deeper level to our purpose in life. And after we've spent some time and enjoyed helping and rescuing other people, we may very well discover that we have a different purpose, or something else that we would rather do in our lives, rather than going back to the old situation, doing things that didn't fulfill us. When people are leading fulfilling lives with great purpose, they understand how to address their challenges, and often don't find themselves in predicaments where they can see no solution out, even when it is grief. it strengthened us to have great awareness of ourselves and have great purpose. When we lose someone or drama happens, we find reason to move forward, to honor the lost ones and the people that and the people and things that we've lost in our lives, to give it purpose, and we honor them by moving on and having rewarding lives. We honor their spirit, we honor their memories. Now, let me share with you how this has applied to my own life and how it has affected my decisions in terms of moving forward after a dramatic event. 3 years ago, on Thanksgiving Day of 2012, a car drove into my home, nearly destroying it entirely. The house has taken a lot of work to get fixed up, and it is almost back to where it was before. But it takes a tremendous amount of time, and I could have spent a lot of negative energy trying to worry about it, which I did not. In addition to that, 2 days before that event, my mother passed away back in Belgium, and I was making preparations to go attend her funeral services to pay my respects. 3 weeks before that, I had put my house up for sale because my business had been winding down, and I believed that soon I might no longer be able to maintain the house and stay living here. My business as an independent consultant was based out of my home, so after the accident I was totally out of a job. The following 5 or 6 months I spent every day with contractors, appraisers, insurance people, attorneys, and architects, try to address what to do with the house, go through the content, what was broken, what was not broken, how does it financially impact me. It took a long time, and I had to go live somewhere else. I was no longer in a position of actually doing any work for my clients. I couldn't be depended upon because I always had important things to do. The value of my home depended on it, and to me that was a financial decision I could not let go off easily. However, after a few weeks, I came to a conclusion that because I didn't really know what to do next, I decided to pick up a pen and start scribbling some notes for something that I've always wanted to do. And that was to express to people that in fact life is supposed to be a very easy and enjoyable process. There has to be better than all the stress and frustration that we go through every day. Therefore, I decided to write the book so that people could actually benefit from this. Okay, I was involved in writing the book so much that eventually when the book came out and it was warmly received and got a lot of positive feedback, I decided that I would no longer pursue interest in or exclusively pursue interest in my consultative work, but rather also try to see what I can do to help improve other people's lives. This has provided me tremendous joy, a new purpose in my life. The book is really more of a practical perspective on how we can do. There are a lot of spiritual elements embedded in the book, but I would rather say that it is more of a common sense that explains people how to overcome obstacles, how to build up their potential and their confidence, so that when they have dreams that they would like to accomplish in their lives, and also obstacles that they have to overcome, they have a method as to how to approach them and how to overcome them and move on and become successful and feel and have a sense of happiness every day and feel that they've accomplished something every day in their lives. The last part of the book, because it is written in 3 parts, the last part of the book then provides them some guidance, as in it was explained in one of my other videos, provides them some guidance as to what they can do every day to make sure that they are on track achieving their success and happiness. The 3 parts of the books are called awareness, which helps them overcome obstacles, then making it happen, which helps them understand their potential and how they can grow it, but also what their purpose is in life, and then explains the concept of the X factor, which are all your internal qualities that come to life, that give you the energy, the stamina, the perseverance to go and achieve those things that you believe you would like to achieve in your life. And the last book is called Making It Count, where you really start having a better understanding of the things that are important to you, what success and happiness means to you, and how you can accomplish it every day. So, with my story told and my explanation of how I chose to go to the rescue of other people and try to help and assist other people, specifically in achieving success and happiness by writing the book and continuing to support them and encourage them to look into the book and all its principles and good ideas to have more fulfilling, happier and successful lives. I would like to thank you for watching and spending the time to watch this video today. Please subscribe to my channel. Or follow me on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, or on LinkedIn. I look forward to seeing you next time and wish you much luck and success in your lives. Please share with me if you have stories that you'd like to tell others as to how you may have overcome grief or catastrophe in your lives. Coincidentally, one of the attendees to the event had two brothers that were firefighters and were on the scene on September 11th of 2001, and she shared with us touching moments and photographs of her brothers going through the rescue. Her brothers have a great sense of purpose and a great sense of pride for having participated in the rescue of many, many thousands of people that did survive after the event. And all our efforts should go try to help us bring comfort and purpose to the people that are now surviving their loved ones that perished that day. So with a special thought to all of you who have been more directly impacted by these events, I wish you all a wonderful day and beautiful lives.